Hello and welcome. It's Mrs. Parada. In today's video, we're going to be using inequalities to solve word problems. You should be open to page 9 of your pre-algebra quarter 2 notebook. You're going to notice that I've already written down some words in this first box, inequality keywords. You might want to pause the video now to write these down. Okay, now that you've paused the video and gotten them down, I'm going to read them out. If I have the words less than or fewer than, that indicates the less than symbol. Greater than or more than indicate the greater than symbol. There are 4 statements for the next 2. I've got less than or equal to, at most, no more than, or a maximum of. And for greater than or equal to, well, greater than or equal to, at least, no more than, or a minimum of. So we are going to be doing a lot of the same stuff that we did when we were writing equations with word problems. Now we're going to be writing inequalities. So let's take a look at this first problem. Tina charges $9 per day plus $3.50 per hour babysitting. How many whole hours does Tina have to work to make at least $48? The first thing I want to do is identify, what am I looking for? What is X? So I see my question, how many whole hours? So X is the number of whole hours. This helps me find my number with the variable because I'm going to be looking for those words like per, each, every, equal, and I'm going to look for the word hour. So I'm looking for my number with the variable. And I see here I wish 350 per hour, but $3.50 per hour. That's the numbers of hours. That's my X. So my number with the variable is 3.50X. Alrighty. Now I'm going to look for my one-time number. What does Tina charge one time? And it does look like the other number she's charging is this $9 per day. So that is my one-time number. 9. And then my total is 48. And you're going to notice that right before 48, it says at least. And that's my inequality clue statement. And I could look up here and say, oh, at least greater than or equal to. But I actually, if I don't have this right above me, also think about it this way. I need to make at least. That is the minimum amount I want to make. I want to make more than $48. So I need it to be whatever I'm making to be greater than $48. So that's kind of how I determine my statement. I really think it through. So I've got all the pieces to my inequality here. I've got 350x plus the $9 she's going to charge each day must be, this is the amount she's trying to make, and here's the number of hours she's going to have to work, greater than or equal to $48. And I'm looking for the whole hours. So we can stay and go to solve this. Stay, go, stay. And I have 350x must be greater than or equal to, it goes as negative 9 plus 48. When I get on my calculator here, I've got negative 9 plus 48, and that equals 39. So 3.50x must be greater than or equal to 39. I'm doing inequalities. So I'm going to look at that number with the variable, and I see that 350 is positive, so I will not be flipping the sign. 3.50 times x, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3.50. Divide by 3.50. And I get x must be greater than or equal to 10.89 hours. So I also used the wrong number. So I'm going to just redo that ever so quickly. Go back to 39 divided by 3.5. And it's actually 11.14. Sorry about that. So what you want to do, of course, is to place the right numbers in the calculator. But now I'm going to look at the question again. How many whole hours does she need to work to make more than $48? Well, she needs to make work 11 hours and maybe a little bit more. So I'm going to round up. Tina must work at least 12 whole hours. And I'm going to spell whole correctly. Excuse me. Whole hours. So that is the answer. And you're going to find with inequality word problems, you have to make a sentence statement in order to get it correct. And there is going to be some rounding and interpretation about it. Let's look at number 2. You are buying a new TV and have a budget of $5,000. Wow. You make a down payment of $450 and pay off the balance in 24 equal monthly payments. What is the maximum monthly payment amount? So there's my question that helps me find my X. X is the monthly payment amount. Alrighty. So I need to look for my number with the variable. And to do that, I need to think to myself, let's look for the words monthly payment. Oh, here's that, monthly payment. And it does say equal, per, each, every, equal. And there's the number. So I've got my number and monthly payment represents the X. So my number with the variable is 24X. Now let's look at the other two numbers. I've got 450 and a budget of 5,000. Well, 450 is with the word down payment. And I do know that down payments are one-time numbers. So that is my one-time number. And if my budget is 5,000, that's my total. That's the total amount I have to spend. So what symbol am I going to use? Well, this symbol says maximum. So I want to spend at the most 5,000. So whatever I spend has to be less than or equal to $5,000. Excuse me. I wrote that the wrong way. Whatever I spend has to be less than or equal to 5,000. That's the most it can be. So let's write my inequality. This all must be less than 5,000. So we're going to stay, go, stay. And I get 24x must be less than or equal to negative 450 plus 5,000. I'm going to get my calculator, and I've got negative 450 plus 5,000. And I get 24x must be less than or equal to 4,550. Now 24 is positive, so I don't have to worry about flipping. I'm going to simply divide both sides by 24. And I see that X, or my monthly payments, must be less than $189, and I'll round it to 58 cents. So my statement is monthly payments must be $189.58 or less. And there we go. If you need to pause and take a break, now's a great time. Welcome back. Let's look at number 3. We're still on page 9. I'm just going to get this moved up here a wee bit. So here we are at Mr. Fitt's gym membership is $50 per month, plus an additional $15 per personal training session. How many training sessions can he attend, I guess Mr. Fitt, this month if he wants to spend at most $150? So there's my X. How many training sessions? And that is going to help me find my number with the variable. So looking for the number with the variable. And I am looking at how many training sessions is my X. And here is personal training sessions. There's X. And here's the word per. And there's the number. So it's 15X. Now look at my one-time number. Well, I know this is the total that Mr. Fitt wants to spend. He wants to spend at most $150. So it looks like he has to pay this one-time amount every month of $50. So let's look at this thought process of at most. That is the maximum amount that Mr. Fit wants to spend. He doesn't want what he spends to be more than that. So whatever he spends has to be less than or equal to 150. So 15x plus 50 must be less than or equal to 150. So I'm going to stay. I have 15x must be less than or equal to negative 50 plus 150. Actually know off the top of my head what negative 50 plus 150 is. It's 100. So, but you can put that in the calculator if you're unsure. Negative 50 plus 150. Now, 15 is a positive number. I don't have to worry about flipping. I'm going to divide both sides by 15. And x is going to be less than or equal to, about 6.7, right? 6.7. So here's the thing. Mr. Fit cannot attend 6.7 classes. I don't know any gym that is going to let you attend 6 classes and then 0.7 of one and only have to pay for 0.7 of one. So the problem is that he doesn't want to spend more than $150. So if he goes 7 classes, that's going to be too much. So Mr. Fit can attend 6 training sessions at most. And that's not the best written sentence. It probably would sound better. Mr. Fit can attend no more than 6 training sessions, but that does get the point across. Alrighty, we got one more to do on page 10.